the toxic beauty standards in Japan. Dieting culture in Japan is a really big thing. They only accept people who are very, very chopsticky, stick thin. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I feel like. I said I was gonna film more videos during quarantine, but turns out I was lazy and I also have nothing to film about. And somehow all the ideas that you give me or ideas that pop in my head don't really seem to work out. No, I'm just kidding. It's just me being lazy. But I did want to make a video about this topic today, and it is about the toxic beauty standards in Japan. And I'll get into it more and like why I decided to do this video later. But before we go into that, I want you to make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see videos like this again, especially because of quarantine. There's nothing else to do, so subscribe. Yeah, okay, so let's get into the video. I also don't need these AirPods in. There we go. That should be better. So the reason why I decided to make this video today was because yesterday I asked on Instagram. Oh, by the way, if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, it's at Maddie Ransom. Not hard to find, so go follow me. But I did this like anonymous question box, and it's a really popular trend in Japan to just like ask people to send in questions anonymously, because if you ask them to send you questions with the usernames, people usually don't want to send you. So like anonymous question boxes are pretty popular in Japan. But I asked people to like send questions in, and then this one person, who I have no idea who they are because obviously it's anonymous, but had the audacity to send in a comment that was saying that it was basically saying that I shouldn't be posting TikToks with crop tops if I have that stomach, which I have no idea what that person is talking about because I feel like my stomach is normal. But anyway, yeah, so that happened, and I was like, you literally just say that because it's anonymous and you can say anything that you want to, and you're probably a pig. That's not what I said. I said that I don't fucking care, but I honestly really don't care about comments about my body or like any kind of hate comments, to be honest, because I learned to get over them. But just in general, I was very like pissed at the fact that someone had the audacity to comment on my body or like body shame anybody, to be honest. And also because I saw someone do the same kind of thing to another girl who I followed on Instagram, and she was also like a pretty well followed Instagrammer, and she handled it pretty well. She was like, it's my body and you have no say in like how it's, I don't know, too fat or too not your standard, whatever it was. But then that got me thinking about how toxic Japan's standards towards women are in a lot of ways, and they literally only accept people who are very, very chopsticky, stick thin, and other than that, they're like, you're fat. Even like with girls who have a little bit of curves and like have a nice body, very, very nice body, but then they're like, you're too fat. And that got me thinking I should make a video on this and just like let the rest of the world know what kind of toxic beauty standards Japanese women are held to, and why it's toxic, because I will get into this later, but most of the time the whole reason why it's toxic is because Japanese okay. Yeah, the reason why it's toxic is also because that's usually the standards that men hold women to, and it's not even just woman to woman, it's more like guys won't accept you if you're not super thin. And I think it's toxic, and I think Japan needs to change that, so I'm making a video about it. Based on my experience, I'm going to tell you guys what the Japanese culture is like around like dieting or body image, and then later on I'm going to talk about how toxic it is that men hold women to these standards and won't accept otherwise, and how Japan still somehow accepts that and think that it's normal and stuff. Yeah, so just in general, I feel like dieting culture in Japan is a really big thing. People start dieting, or basically if you go on a diet in Japan, it means that you stop eating a lot. So it's like at lunch you only have this much of your lunchbox, and if your friend was like, oh, are you on a diet? And they're like, yeah, I can't eat this much food because I'm trying to lose weight about this many kilograms. And also, usually I feel like the goal weight for girls would be under 50 kilograms, which is super skinny, to be honest. It's really, really skinny. But most of the time girls don't want to tell people their weight, which is probably normal, but also they think that it's unacceptable to be over 50 kilograms, or maybe like 55, but still. Especially in junior high school and high school, I feel like that's like the normal standard that people hold you to. And then diet culture is, yeah, so as I said, the diet culture is more like eating less than eating healthy. So it would be like, I'm only gonna eat a salad for, but then if you think about it, it's more like you should probably eat a salad with another type of food if you want to stay healthy. But it's like just cutting out all of the food that you possibly can is literally the only way that people diet here. We're also taking dietary supplements. I'm gonna get into that later, but it's never like, let's live a healthy lifestyle. It's more like, I want to lose this much weight and be super skinny. That's the only reason why people go on diets here. And I think that's super toxic because it's literally unhealthy to the point that, yeah, I feel like a lot of people will struggle with body dysmorphia or eating disorders later on and they don't even realize it, and it's also normalized in Japanese culture, and I think that's really, really toxic. And then also, this is the one that came from my comment yesterday, but it was, you can't wear like crop tops or revealing clothes in Japan without getting called out. And also, if you care about what other people think, you usually can't wear a crop top. But obviously I don't care, and a lot of my friends don't care, so we would definitely wear crop tops. But I feel like it's considered a taboo in Japan, which is like also toxic because I feel like girls should be able to wear whatever they want to wear without people judging them for their clothing choices. And also they think that it's okay if people wear crop tops if they're super skinny, but they think it's unacceptable for people who are too fat for the clothing that they're wearing, that if there's even just a little bit of a muffin top or whatever it is, I feel like they would just criticize them for that. Also another very, very toxic thing. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about like dietary supplements, and also there was also one about like shaving body hairs. And what else? Yeah, in Japan, most people, what they try to achieve during going on a diet is to get slimmer legs, because like having chopstick legs in Japan is what everybody wants to achieve. And even like walking around in Japan, obviously because Japanese people have more genetically, they're pretty skinny already, but like I see a lot of girls who are just like, I could just poke you and you would just go, yeah, like their legs are that thin. And it concerns me very much that they are that skinny and they're not being fed properly. But yeah, so the thing about diet culture in Japan is most of the things that they try to sell are like, for example, dietary supplements and stuff. And then you see these ads on, for example, YouTube or in the train or anywhere else, honestly, but it's most of the ads are based on the fact that guys won't accept you if you don't drink this supplement, or if you don't have this kind of legs, or if you have zero body hair. Like, guys won't accept you unless you da 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 da, which is usually what the advertisements are about. And I was also thinking about it yesterday, and I thought that that's also super, super fucking toxic, because you're not doing or like bettering yourself, or you're not trying to make yourself pretty for yourself, but you're making yourself pretty so guys would accept. And also most of the times in those ads, it's like, I can't date da 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 this girl because her legs are too thick, or I can't date da 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 because she's not skinny enough, or that's usually what the advertisement would be like. And then the girl hears that and she's like, oh, I need to get skinnier, and then she uses whatever dietary supplement or any kind of dieting thing that she does, and then she gets skinnier, and then the guy is like, oh, now she's skinny, now I can date her. Happy ending. And like, how? It's just so bad, because I feel like that's teaching girls toxic ways to think about dating guys, that they're not gonna accept you unless you're not skinny enough, which is toxic. And also I feel like Japan is very much lacking in the sense of they don't care about, they normalize it. They don't have a we should stop body shaming movement or anything. It's just normalized to the point where only people who've seen like an outside culture think it's toxic enough that other people, like Japanese people, don't really care. They think that that's normal, that your beauty standards are held by how skinny you are, and that guys won't accept you unless you're skinny, which is, yeah, I just think it's super toxic. I feel like I'm rambling, but like, yeah, the whole point of the video is that the Japanese dietary like beauty standards that they hold girls to, and that the whole culture surrounding that, and even like the advertisements and everything is just, I think it's very, very toxic, and I think that Japan needs to change that, and I just wanted to make a video about it. So that's my video for today. I hope you guys liked it. It's probably on the shorter side, but I just wanted to get that message across and, you know, let you guys in on what it's like in Japan. Again, it's just a perspective, and it's also from my personal experience. I guess it's different for everybody else, and I know that some people won't agree with my video, but this is just me thinking and saying that we need to change this kind of toxic way of thinking, or else I feel like a lot of girls will suffer of just like being unhealthy and also being unhappy because they're not holding a certain body type, and I don't think that's good for anybody. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and give it a like if you were inspired by it or you just felt something for it. That would really help. And also comment down below if you have any of your experiences that you want to share. That would be nice. And also just let me know what you think. And I will be talking to you guys again. I'll see you in the next video. But until then, bye.
꿈을 남한테 섞어 위대해져야 한다 배워